Okay. Thank you. All right, we're going to start with Hope. And Debbie Donaldson, will you please stay on camera and everyone else bow out so that you can watch? Okay. Debbie is the very first day of Hope, which is also the very first day of our series of offerings. Let me get myself out. And Trisha, if you can shut your camera off. All right, here we go. Well, Debbie, you've taken a big step. We have some feedback.
Marilyn, it's
Yeah.
Renee. I didn't see any of that. She's not coming up on my screen, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or
Were you seeing us all before?
I could see you before. I just have your name on my screen.
Renee, look at your view on your screen. It's probably up at the top right.
I've got it. Yeah.
You want gallery view.
Okay. Got it. All right.
That should do it. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
thank
sorry
you.
you missed that because that was really beautiful.
I love that version. Lord, I love that version.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have speaker problems, so I will
You
speak
do,
very
but you
little.
don't have perception problems. I agree with you completely. It was so tender because she let it go and she was in it in a very different way. She wasn't worried about the dance at all. That was true hope. That was lovely. Someone else?
I thought it was full of grace, Debbie. Thank you. It was a real gift for today.
Yeah, I loved it too. I thought I just I don't know if it was if the setting you arranged your background differently, but it looks different to me. I'm not sure, but it kind of like encased you, like it contained you perfectly. Like it's a square, like there's depth to it. And yeah, and it was truly like a very Butoh-like, if I may.
Yeah, and your face was so relaxed and so really there. It was just like having a conversation with you. That was really lovely. You let go of something and
It felt much better.
I thought it was beautiful too, and your presence was like very strong and like there through the entire movement. And yeah, it didn't seem improvised or anything. It felt very like a set piece, but that was also very warm and natural. It was great, really.
Okay.
The word that comes up with me is very centered. She was very centered within herself.
Yeah. It looked like you.
Thank you. Well, you helped this week, Marilyn. So
I'm so glad because this was lovely. Yeah, thank you. All right, shall we have Pat Fisher for the second day of hope? Renee, will you let me know if you can't see her?
I can see everything now. I'm good.
Great. Okay. Let me know when you're ready, Pat. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Pat, you've done a few of the same things each time. I didn't get the feeling of set piece, but I wait for that moment when you lift your head and all that joy shines out. That's wonderful. Someone else?
I feel, Pat, as if last week your smile was like bigger and lasted longer because of maybe we were working with doing the face more. It was still beautiful. It's really beautiful. But I wanted to see more of the smile, I think, that you did last week. It was so nice.
I thought it was very contemplative and deep. I sensed a beautiful rising gift from your dance and from your heart, Pat. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was very internal, that you were very deeply focused and exuding hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was, and of course your use of lights is amazing. The way they can just go all over, but I agree, your final smile was beautiful last week, and we just need that beautiful smile of yours because it gives us that hope. For
That's the
sure.
best thing.
Anyone else? Yeah, lovely job.
Thank you.
Could we have Terry now for the 6th day of hope? Okay, here we go. Here we're trying to go. There we go. That's got a lovely ending. Comments, please?
So sweet, very like really lovely. very uplifting.
Loved the big smile when she turned around at the beginning. It was wonderful. Yep.
I like the lean. I like that lean at the beginning. I like that because it just kind of like, okay. I know that there's hope for me. And when you turn and it showed that hope for sure. That I like that. That was different. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that too. It was uh, sort of, you were moving more, and it was lovely to see that turning, the turning towards hope.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of wonder in that dance also, which is really nice.
It's,
There was
it's
a-
nice that it's warmer today. I got my heat back.
Maybe
That's
that explains
good.
the wonder.
There
Anyone
was a-
else?
It was a nice continuance of facial and movement together. It went naturally together and kept.
Yeah,
moving.
thank you for bringing that up. It really was. You didn't feel that you were separately thinking about your face and your body. It all became one thing. Very, very nice. Okay, good job. Okay, let's go to the second day of peace. And this is Sheila. Okay, here we go. Sheila, is peace for you found in nature? Were you able to hear me?
I was using tonight a reflection of stories that my mother told me about being in World War II, and the loudness of it, and the discomfort and not knowing. And then when she ran downstairs to the shelter and couldn't get in the shelter, and she was in the other part, and the people in the shelter did not survive, and my mother survived. She had peace, and she finally was able to leave England.
Wow, that's quite a journey. Yeah, I did wonder because, yeah, I felt the peace at the end, but before that I felt pain.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why you have peace to as a relief to what is
sure.
painful.
No, that's perfectly legitimate. I just wondered where it came from. Someone else?
Yeah, I saw that you were in distress, and you were like covering your ears, and it looked like you were in distress. And but I noticed, you know, how you use your breath. I felt that there was a lot of breath and air in your dance, and it flowed very beautifully.
Good.
This is the first time I've really able to use one person. I was using an understanding of war and peace, but this is the first time I was really able to relate to a real situation.
Good.
Sheila, I like your, oh, I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
I loved watching you move towards when you started to feel that it wasn't so much of a struggle, that you started to find the peace, and then your shadow, both of you. It was just fantastic to watch the two, your presence and the shadow of you. I love it.
Oh, there, I see it.
Yep, there it is.
Take a look at the video, Sheila, because it became a separate person.
Wow, okay, thank you.
Everybody all set?
Even more so.
Mm.
Okay,
Thank you.
very much. Now we'll do the 6th day of peace, which is Renee. Second, trying to get this all lined up. Okay, here we go. Brava, you did it. Obviously, coming in for the first time and having to do Buto to that sprightly piece was quite a challenge, but it really, really works. There's a lightness in those slow, long gestures that's absolutely gorgeous. And when you sync, it's beautiful, really beautiful. Someone else?
I couldn't see your head half the time.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
I was decapitated.
I would encourage you not to let it contain your dance, but to sort of start figuring out where you have to stand in order to get the
Yeah,
upper-
I thought I wanted to get more of my legs in, because on the other videos, you couldn't see them. So I guess I made it a little too low. So I
It's
gotta
really
work on
hard
that.
with Zoom because there are limitations one way or the
Right.
other. And maybe something will get lost even in the final performance, and that's just a Zoom issue. But the dance itself was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Someone else?
It was beautiful. I enjoyed every part of it. There was a couple times when you rolled and it went a little bit quicker, but if you just back up a bit more, we'll see more of your legs and your body,
Okay.
and then we can really see you, because it was beautiful. I would have been nice to see your head. For sure.
All right, I'll go back further.
But that's a much smaller and less difficult issue than the dance itself and the beauty of it. Someone else?
Yeah, I enjoyed the lightness of it, and yeah, how you were doing it slowly, and but it was very satisfying to see your dance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody okay? You can do Butoh with lightness. It works. Ed is the primary example, but Renee is right there too. Usually I think of it as being very intense, but there is nothing that forbids doing it with that kind of air and lightness and breath. Very nice. Okay, Jennifer, my dear, let's start Joy with the third day.
I think Renee has to hide her video.
Oh yeah, please turn your camera off, Renee. Thank you. Ready? Okay. Beautiful. Someone want to comment?
Very nice. And as always, Jennifer, facial expressions are so wonderful with you.
Yeah, and that's
Thank you.
natural.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It was lovely. It was lovely.
Yes.
And I thought it was, Butoh in the Butoh style.
Yeah, and considering how passionate it is, it really makes a very strong statement when you put it into the Butoh slowness. Anyone else? I did not choose these knowing, trying to choose them for the person, but if I had been, I would have chosen this one for Jennifer anyway.
I would like to have seen it just a tad slower and not quite in the same beat as the music.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we see a lot of your ceiling, Jennifer, and I don't know if we could see more of you if with a slight adjustment. That your dance is beautiful. I don't know, working on Zoom is very difficult, but I don't know what you think, Marilyn. But thank you.
Yeah. You might try tilting the camera a little bit. It's nice to have that light on the ceiling, but it probably would be nicer to see more of you. Yeah, you could even lower it more, Jennifer. We're seeing about a third ceiling. And see what happens, even if you overkill. Yeah. We're all the way down to your hips now. That's nice. Okay.
Jennifer? I normally I don't mind the finger lights, but I really didn't want the finger lights near your face because I want to see your face at the end, especially because you have so much expression in it. It just seemed like the lights took away from your glow. I like it. Yeah.
You take a look on the video and see what you feel. was a little bit different tonight than you did the last time, and that may be why she's picking that up. Anyone else? Okay, Trisha, you have the 7th day. No, sorry, Gina, you have the 5th day of joy. And I'm trying to get the music. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, that's the best yet, Gina. Comments, folks?
I thought it was just lovely, and the way your lights lined up were just like perfect. You were almost like a bird taking flight.
Yeah, the colors of the lights also look just perfect.
Oh, great.
Your energy to me seemed to have a subtleness in your joy,
Hmm.
or a joy in your subtleness. This is a more mellow form of joy, but it was there.
Good. Anyone else? Gina, it always was a beautiful dance, but I didn't have any feeling of a set dance this time, even though it was a lot of the same movements. I had a feeling you were just dancing your little heart out right there. That was
Feel more, relaxed. I think, it being like, I guess, our 3rd session. So, I'm beginning to feel like, oh, okay, it's deepening.
Yeah, it really is deepening. It's beautiful. Someone else?
I just felt it very sensual and sinuous, coming almost like from the serpent within. It was joyful to watch. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Gina, I thought it was so lyrically beautiful. It was just so much from the breath and the flow through the arms. It was wonderful to watch.
Thank you.
I love the flow.
When you finish with those arms, oh God, sorry.
That's okay. It's all good.
Thank you.
I love the subtleness of your smile, but it was awesome. It was like your whole body was beaming through every movement. I believed you.
Oh, now there's a great compliment.
That's great.
Yeah, I believed you too. I
It
believe.
was like taking in your joy. We're just taking it in.
Yep. did a wonderful job, Gina. I don't know where you're gonna go with it, but we've got a wonderful take no matter where it is. This is really lovely.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Thank you.
All right, Trisha. This is the 6th day of joy. In your lovely summer dress. Mind the framing, Trisha, because the top of your head is cut off. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful ending. Wow. Other comments, please.
There's so much lightness to it. I felt like you were almost off the floor.
Yes.
Beautiful, floating kind of image. Thank you.
Trisha, I thought that was amazing. I know you've been going through a great deal lately, and it came out with the incredible, remember that book and movie, The Incredible Lightness of Being? It came out like that.
Hmm.
And the light was wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I find every time I do it, something different emerges. So that spontaneity of
That's
the day.
exactly what I would want. Exactly. And then those layers add on to what you were doing before, and it's just beautiful.
I liked the deeper, like I've changed my room so I could have a taller, deeper setting rather than just the intense upper half of the body. And I feel I like that much more because the grounding movement is so important with that music, I feel particularly.
Yeah, that's really startling because everything has been flying and then you bring it down so deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you did take the space that you were really like reaching out and bringing the joy in, and you were so open to joy. Yeah.
Anyone else?
I love the ending with you taking the lights all the way down your body and back up again. It was just like joy all the way through, just right, like you say, right down to the ground and back up again. It was just, yeah, love that ending.
Thank you. Watching the video, Marilyn and everybody, that really helps me because you get lost in the dance, and so to see it then from outside, that helps. It really has an amazing quality of I don't know, of appreciation for you and critiquing your own dance. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you get to look at it, and also you get to be free while you're dancing. You don't have to peek at the screen to see what you're doing because you're going to see it later.
Yes, yeah, as long as that framing is right.
Yeah.
So,
if there has to be an error, that's the error I would like. That the dance was absolutely amazing and filled with light and heart, and the top of your head got clipped once. I don't care.
Yes, I need
You know,
to
it's
do that.
wonderful if it comes out perfectly, but that's the least consideration.
Well, I'll play with that. Thank you.
Dance was beautiful. Yeah.
Patricia?
Oh, go on, sorry.
Harry?
Yeah, I love the beginning, I love the end, and then when the time when you stretched out, it was so liberating. It just came from such a wonderful place. And then I thought, will she do it to the other side? And you did a wonderful turn and showed the other part. It was just so lovely. I enjoyed watching and experiencing it with you.
Oh, thank you.
I love the use of your lights. It was great.
Oh, you see, again, sometimes they're distracting. They can, it's like, are you dancing for the lights? But today I didn't. So, however, I look forward to watching how that works. So thank you.
Yeah. You really do get danced when you let go. And then there are surprises. And that's
Yeah, I think for me, owning the challenge this week of that music has shifted a lot of energy and allowed me to immerse in a different, in a deeper way. So hopefully
that's wonderful. I'm so glad. And what a gift for your friend.
Thank
you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, my dears. Vicky, do you want to turn your camera on? You have the very last night of joy. Trisha, if you can turn your video off. Give me a wave when you're ready, okay? Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Comments, please.
I thought that the way she used space, up vertical space, horizontal space, was wonderful.
I loved it was great, but when you first started and your foot slowly was sliding across the carpet, I had this very strong image like you were in the snow, like, sliding your foot through the snow or something. I don't know. It was really, really nice. She definitely had so many dimensions and levels. Yeah, really, really, and smoothly put together, really nice.
Yeah, I think the light was wonderful. And the beginning and end with the lights together worked very, very well. It all held together with the continuous flowing motion. And there was something very internal about this joy also. And I think that was your facial expression. Take a look at it on the video. It's inside. It's very lovely. Someone else?
I see that she got much deeper into she put more depth into each movement and made it longer happening, and like, the more Butoh style, but still kept the quality that she had last week, but extended it more to Butoh.
Oh, thank you. I did the low lighting, whoever suggested that with the flashlights so that you could see, my feet more. So I was hoping that, and I chose a different space in the house. This is actually my meditation room. There's a lot of juiciness in this space. So I thought I'd try it here.
It's great. You can ride that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is hard to verbalize, but it felt like you were not so much creating something as having a dialogue with something spiritual, and very, very, very lovely kind of joy. Yeah. Anybody else have something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, that I also love the different levels that you were able to, kind of explore, maybe looking for joy or experiencing joy at different levels and I love the background. I just love it. Thank you.
One of the inspirations on this piece was dolphins. And I had this thing about being able to call them in wherever I am. And so I was out on my paddleboard and they came to me 3 days in a row. And their consciousness, and they were like playing with me, like with the board, and they were flowing in and around me. And so I love them. So they brought me joy. So there was dolphin boots in there.
Yeah, well, you're passing it along. All right. Okay, my friends, let's move on to the last week of Advent and love. Elizabeth, you have the second day. What am I going to do with you? That was absolutely gorgeous. And you flouted the whole Butoh thing in the end. You can have it. It is a gorgeous dance, and it is as sweet as it could possibly be. And I don't mean that in a sugary way. That's such a childlike beauty of love in that when you take your hands slowly away from your face at the beginning, it's breathtaking. It really is. Yeah. Someone else?
Elizabeth, I think sometimes, I think this time especially, I thought of you at the prom, and you were like, well, is it going to be Joe? No, maybe it's going to be Jim, or something like that, like a kind of wanting and yearning, and then you find it. So yeah, I loved it.
This is one of the most beautiful things you've ever done, Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
when you first started out, it was as though your face lost all of these layers and layers and layers, and there was you. It was just so beautiful and wonderful. It was it was awesome.
Thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate it. I felt I was on a different level, like Alpha State or something like that.
Yeah, you were, and we were too, right with you.
Oh, thanks.
Beautiful. It was just beautiful, Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the 5th day of love. And Barbara?
I'm a little challenged with my background because I'm in a different location, but next week, both rehearsal and final one, I should be with the screen.
Not to worry, sweetie. But Elizabeth, you want to turn your video off, sweetie? There you go. Don't worry about it, Barbara. Just dance.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can stand up, but I'm not sure if I'll get too blurred out.
Your chair just vanished as you spoke.
Uh,
I think I'd rather see you.
yeah, let me come up. So, and okay.
All right. Let me make sure I'm getting the right music. Here we go. Lovely. Comments?
Barbara, tonight your face you had a glow, a smile. It was there, and it was just that beautiful smile, ever so faint, but it was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if my sound is on.
Sounds on.
I love the quietude of the very opening, where you just sort of became part of the music and then you started to move.
Thank you. I noticed like my lights had all sort of gone off or something. I was trying to figure them out too,
Okay,
but
this was your face was a big light all by itself. Barbara, I wish you would consider when you look at the video, slowing it down just a little bit more. There were several moments when I would have liked to luxuriate a little bit longer with where you were.
Mhm.
See if
Okay.
you feel the same way.
Okay.
It was a more serene and less poignant take on it tonight. And it's wonderful to make the journey of all these facets with you.
Today, I sort of just actually enjoyed the music, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I really felt love, and I just was sort of not, I know I wasn't even really thinking of a person so much, it's just like more universal love, kind of. So it changes, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's the idea. We're on a journey. We're not repeating the same thing over and over. And that gives it a dynamic quality. Whatever facet it is the audience actually sees, there's a sense there of movement through, even if they don't see what happened before or after. You feel the journey, whether or not you see every aspect of it. It's very nice. And it also, you have to have a certain amount of openness of heart to expose all these changes, to openly travel that road and let people share it with you. Because there are a lot of people who are uncomfortable about sharing such things. And to have the affirmation of someone else giving it to them is really a lovely thing. It's really lovely. Someone else? Okay, could you turn on your cameras just for 1 minute? I know we're after 9 already. A really, really good rehearsal, folks. I love it as the dance begins to move and grow, and you can see it. And just as with Barbara, the people who watch it will not have seen all the stages we went through in this. With a conventional dance company, that means they probably won't have seen the unevenness of the take in the early times, and then it gets smoother as you get more practice. But with us, they won't have seen some stages of being that started with the beginning and are continuing, and they get to see one part of it, which could go on forever. I mean, you could take these things and just keep growing them and moving them and changing them as a place you go, as a ritual. But these are really growing in a very kind way for the audience. And there's always a discussion of expression versus communication. You know, if it's expression, you're just dancing for yourself, no matter how beautiful it is, that's the force behind it. If it's communication, then you're thinking of the audience and presenting to them. We're right in between those two things. You genuinely take a journey yourself when you dance these, and you offer it, not just to God, but also to other people. I think it's an extremely beautiful act. I think it's an act of the spirit that doesn't have very many parallels in the world. And I love what you're doing. Every one of you has given a really beautiful gift in these. This is going to lighten people's hearts, no question at all. And boy, can they use it now and later. I mean, we're the lucky ones. We get to look at it as much as we want. They're not going to see it until fall. But it's beautiful what you're doing. It's beautiful in terms of movement and dance. It's beautiful in terms of intention. It's beautiful in terms of the generosity of your sharing. And it's beautiful in terms of the spiritual development that occurs as you do this night after night. And you see there's almost a jump between nights. It's not, and we're not doing it every night of the week. So something happens in between Tuesday and Friday. And it's like seeing dotted lines. Really, really beautiful. I love looking at the rehearsal videos. And I know that people are going to be moved and enriched and lifted by what you're doing. So I can't thank you enough for your work and your generosity. I mean, there is no other word for it. To open your heart and share this level of grace with people you will maybe never see, never know. That's generosity. So thank you so much, all of you. You are so beautiful. Yeah, I'm just looking at you thinking, my God, they're beautiful. You're really beautiful. Terry?
Thank you, Marilyn.
Yeah, you
Marilyn.
took the words out of my mouth. Thank you, Marilyn.
Marilyn, when I first started dancing with you, I kept thinking, I am so boring. I'm doing the same kind of movement for every piece. I couldn't figure out anything. And this ability to discuss, to share, to just feel this love that we all have together, it's just been such a change for me. Also, when we did the waging piece, totally transformed me. That just changed me forever. And this wonderful ability to discuss our movement, our growth, it really helps so much. I love all of you. Thank you. It's so wonderful.
It is wonderful. And you know what? It's an integral part of why people are so moved by what we do. You can't miss it. It's right there on the screen or in the room or whatever. You can feel the love. That's God.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole enchilada right there. So it's my pleasure and my joy, and I love you, and I will see you next week. And meanwhile, stay warm, please. And Trisha, stay cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I was in the pool today also, so it was lovely.
Oh dear. Oh,
I
you
want to
poor,
hear about it. Debbie's in Florida.
oh, you poor darlings.
Love you.
Love you
Hey,
all.
everybody. Thank you all.
Thank you
God
all.
Have a
bless.
great weekend.
God bless.
Thank you so much for your time and love.
Thank you.
Thank you.